Contenders, you better get physical.
Today on American Gladiators, 2 heated matchups. He came off the bench for our injured Desert Storm hero, Eric Montessori, to provide us some heroics of his own. But Tim Goldrick paid the price.
Brutal. Brutal. These guys are huge.
And Tim, no one has to tell your opponent about huge. 160-pound scrapper Randy Jones banged heads with 280-pound Thunder in the prelims. And believe it or not, this guy wants more.
Thunder, he got me last time in Concord, and I'm gonna get him back this time.
Either you got it or you don't, and I've got it and you're gonna see it.
In the women's contest, Ericca Alstead, the private eye from Duluth, advances to face Denise Chase, our newlywed contender. Her first round wedding gift from Ice left the score to settle.
Things got a little testy between Ice and I last time. I know she'll be looking out for me today.
Will cooler heads prevail? Don't count on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Gladiator Arena in Los Angeles, California, here are your American Gladiators. Ice, ice, baby! Gemini! Blaze! Do the thunder shake! Storm! Laser! Disaster! Power! Diamond! Nitro! The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators. Let the games begin.
Today on the American Gladiators, the final show of the second round in our first half season. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley, and once again, we'll be showcasing some exciting competition between 4 very talented contenders, 2 men and 2 women. Now, today's winners automatically move on to the semifinals. Plus, we'll be selecting a wild card entry from our losers bracket. We're also going to introduce you to our newest gladiator. Her name is Storm, and she is ready to reign on the Contenders parade. We're going to start things off with Atlasphere. In the men's competition, we'll pit the #1 seed from the preliminaries, Tim Goldrick, against the feisty Randy Jones, the #6 seed. Now, working with me, as always, NFL Hall of Famer and Miami Dolphin great Larry Zonka. And right now, he's with, on paper anyway, the man to beat, Tim Goldrick. Larry?
Thanks, Mike. I'm down here with Tim. Tim, you came in as an alternate, replacing the injured Eric Montessori. Did very good with the points he gave you. Expanded that. You're now our men's top seed. How do you feel about your first full show of competition?
Well, I'm a little bit nervous, but after the first hit, I'm sure I'll be fine. Nitro carved his initials in me the last time, so hopefully I can get him back a little bit.
Well, we'll wait to see if you can give him a set of initials. Good luck.
Randy Jones is getting ready. Randy, our pipe layer from Hernando Beach, Florida, 5'8", 160 pounds. Gotta like this guy, Larry. He trained for the American Gladiators by running, lifting, and doing a lot of fishing. I like that. Now, this is a second-round match. The winner here will go on to face the wild card entry. That will be the man who has the highest point total of those in the losers bracket. Tim Goldrick from Canyon Country, California, came on in the first round as a replacement for the injured Eric Montessori and has done extremely well. The first event for the men is Atlasphere, and inside the cages for the Gladiators, Thunder and Tower. That's nearly 600 pounds of uncontrolled fury that Randy and Tim will have to deal with. This is the game where the contenders have 60 seconds to score as many times as they can. Each goal in one of those numbered scoring pods worth 3 points. Atlasphere is brought to you by Skittles Bite-Sized Candies. Also in Wild Berry, Tart and Tangy, and Tropical. Randy in the yellow cage, Tim in the red.
Here comes Thunder. Oh, man, he put Randy right upside down with that hit. Meantime, Tim comes open and scores in pot 3.
Randy's ears, meanwhile, are still ringing. That was unreal.
Little thunder rolling through his head. Nice reverse out by Tim if he can turn it into points. Pod 3's right in front of him. Yeah,
he's got it. Tim, 6'2", 195 pounds. That body weight helps him in this event. Thunder now really doing a number on poor Randy as Tim scores again.
7 seconds to go. Randy having a little trouble. He just doesn't have quite enough body weight to really get that Atlasphere moving.
Tell you what, Larry, you and I could be inside that cage against Thunder and we'd have trouble. He's so adept at it now. And that is it.
So after one event, Tim Goldrick with a lead over Randy. Here's the replay. Here's Randy's inauguration to Atlasphere. Check this out. He was going to get even with Thunder. Well, he had a lot of heart, but he just didn't have enough weight.
Maybe next time, Larry. Well, the women are up now to look at Ericca Alstead, our private investigator from Duluth, Minnesota. She's a great athlete. She was the #1 seed among the female contenders in the first round. She'll be going against Denise Chase, who was married prior to the competition right here in California. She's from Tampa, Florida. And to get to the second round, she beat Roseanne Torres. Again, the winner here will face our wild card entry.
We get a look at Storm, our newest gladiator, loaded up in her Atlasphere. Always smiling, always happy. We'll see how she handles combat. And talk about double trouble for the contenders. Her partner is going to be Blaze, who is very experienced in this and likes this particular event.
Ready! Gladiators, ready!
Again, the contenders have 60 seconds to score as many times as they can. Look at Blaze go after Ericca. Wow, what a hit. Denise all alone now towards scoring pod 3. She's got it.
You can't double team up. Get off this.
Comes Denise again. A breakaway towards scoring pod #1. Ericca's got 1 and 4. And Denise has scored.
Ericca crowds her way through 2 gladiators, breaks open now. She's right at #3, but rolls around the edge. She doesn't have it.
There's Denise over scoring pod #2.
Denise with an opportunity to break open. She's heading for pod #4.
10 seconds remain.
Picks it up.
No! Yeah!
Bingo! Denise goes down right at the whistle.
And that is it. The breathless 60-second workout is over.
A little breathless, a little bruised, as Denise now commands an early lead of 12-3 over Ericca Alstead.
And Larry, the best way to get the adrenaline going for a full day of competition is to start with Atlasphere. Watch this collision coming up. Blaze with a full head of steam, and bam! Ericca Alstead and her Atlasphere are almost knocked into the grandstands. One good thing, however, is both our contenders, Ericca and Denise Chase, are still smiling. And they better be, because like I said, a full day of competition coming up. Up next, Hang Tough. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, where Denise Chase has a 12-3 lead over Ericca Alstead after one event in this second round matchup between those two contenders. The event now, Hang Tough. Denise Chase is up first with that 9-point lead, staring at the grid of 55 rings, and also one of the toughest gladiators.
Ice, ice, baby. Basking in the sunlight after so far being undefeated in Hang Tough.
Ericca Alstead waiting in the wings, looking on. She's the #1 seed, Denise the #6 seed.
Ready!
But right now, Denise with that 12-3 lead.
Denise with that unexpected explosion of scoring in Atlasphere. We'll see what she does in Hang Tough. She's making it easy for Ice. She went right straight down to Ice. She's going to have to go back.
Denise did not compete in this event in the preliminary round, so again, this is her first crack at Hang Tough and first crack at Ice. Ice would love to get those legs around her. Can't do it, though. Denise on the outside. This is going to be an interesting 25 seconds left.
Ice almost slipped off.
Stay off the pedestal now. Gotta move, Ice. Gotta move.
Oh, she was right on the tip. Go for it. She did.
She's on now.
Denise Chase picks up 10 points.
And talk about living on the edge. Right here, almost right in Ice's grip. Teeters right along the edge, grabs a little glance back at Ice, and then, just like a little bird, lands on her pedestal for 10 points.
Well, to keep pace with Denise, Ericca will need to duplicate that 10-point effort. Ericca's certainly not intimidated. In fact, she's looking forward to the chilly confrontation. Who's the gladiator she wants to face the most?
Ice always just seems to have an attitude. You're cold, like nobody can touch me. And I love to take people like that and put them down.
And how's that for a cold look? Ice still stinging from the earlier defeat. Definitely has blood in her eye. On the other hand, Ericca is undefeated in this. She's 1-0 in the preliminary.
Look how smooth Ericca is. Ditto for Ice.
Ooh, Ericca misses a ring, and the momentum carries her back to Ice. Ice and make the clinch. Oh.
No way Ericca could hang on with one arm and with Ice draped all over her. Daughter Jessica Ray hoping mom would do a little bit better.
But entertained by the whole thing.
So no points for Ericca Alstead, and after 2 events, Denise Chase with a 22-3 lead.
Ice, very aggressive, heads right down the middle of the course. Ericca knows she's in trouble, having missed a ring. Now she knows it's all but through. Ice locks her up and then uses that weight to strip her right off the ring.
The men are up now, and Tim Goldrick would like to pad his 9-0 lead on Randy Jones, hoping to be a ring king, and he'll have to do battle in midair with Gemini.
Tim with that good upper body strength. New event for him. Not only need strength, you need a little strategy here, Mike.
Tim's first shot in Hang Tough.
Let go! Let go!
Gemini attacking, but only hanging on with one hand.
Both men hanging on by just a few fingers.
Gotta try to move, both of you! Gotta try to move!
Gemini with that determined look on his face.
Once you lose your momentum in this event, it's the most difficult thing in the world to regain it, but it appears that Tim may have. Trying to swing side from side, and Gemini is spinning around.
7 seconds.
Not a match of beauty, aesthetically speaking, but Tim Goldrick did manage to hang on for 60 seconds and earn 5 points.
Tim commands a 14-0 lead over Randy as he helps Gemini up. Gemini refers to this as one of his developing events. Obviously, he needs a little more developing with it.
Well, he's going to get another chance against Randy Jones, who's climbing to the platform right now. Randy yet to get on the scoreboard here in this second round match with Tim Goldrick. Look at that face of determination. Randy, to get here to the second round, defeated Keith Collins in the prelims.
But Mike, this is Randy's first experience in Hang Tough.
I expect him to do well, Larry. 160 pounds. He's got the ideal weight strength ratio, body strength ratio to do well in this event. He did well in the practice rounds.
We talked about it in the practice rounds. We nicknamed him the Scrapper, and he is that.
You know, contenders, you know, gladiators look at this guy and they may want to snicker, but once they get in the heat of battle with him, they know it's a different story altogether.
6, 7.
Oh, I don't know about that move. Maybe retreat would have been the best move there.
One arm on the ring, one arm fending off Gemini. 30 seconds left. I'll tell you one thing, Gemini's got better in this.
He sure has.
Gotta move, Gemini. There you go.
Oh, here comes Randy. He's got a bit of a breakaway going. 10 seconds left on the clock. He could do it. He's watching that clock, watching Gemini go down. 5 seconds left. Go for it. Gotta believe if Randy had another 5 seconds, he would have earned the full 10 points. But he does get on the scoreboard finally, and after 2 events, he trails Tim Goldrick 14-5. For Gemini, well, it's back to the Hang Tough drawing board.
Wanted him down.
Plenty of action still to come here on the American Gladiators as Gemini and Randy head for the locker room. Behind the scenes, the Gladiators are pumping up because their favorite event is coming up. It's called Powerball.
Maybe these guys are quick. These guys are quick. Keep your head in the numbers and watch where you're going.
Stay high. Give them a push out of bounds. That's all we got to do.
And I'll fill in where I can.
All right, let's go.
Nitro, Laser, and Thunder discussing strategy for the one event where the Gladiators have to work as a team. It's called Powerball. Coming into this event, event number 3, Randy Jones trailing Tim Goldrick 14-5. Randy likes this event best because it's his chance to prove that little guys can survive against big guys. Tim Goldrick, a fairly big guy in his own right, 6'2", 195.
But how big do you have to be to take on the likes of these three? Thunder, Laser, and Nitro. The crowd's already pumping up the Gladiators. They like this face-to-face combat.
And the scoring in Powerball. Goals in the outer cylinders are worth 3 points. A goal in the center cylinder worth 5. And Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power. Superpower.
Randy dwarfed by Thunder. Tim, on the other hand, pretty healthy lad. He's new to this event and takes right into it by scoring right off the bat.
No double team there. Stay out of the double team unless they come to the middle.
These are caught off guard as both contenders score on him.
Randy, a great move around Thunder, but then he loses control of the ball.
Out.
Timmy with a power move past Nitro. 15 seconds left. I'll tell you what, both men are scoring well.
No double team.
Randy doing a little tiptoe along the sidelines, put one in. 3, 2, 1. And then he takes a final hit by the big man, Thunder.
And comes up smiling. Tim, however, gets the better of Randy and now increases his lead to 26-11 after 3 events. How did he do it here in Powerball? Well, watch this move. Laser, no match for Tim's quickness off the opening whistle.
Randy copying his style a little bit, tries a half-back move of his own, but on the wrong guy. Thunder doesn't go for it, waits for him to come to him, and then smashes him to the turf with 285 pounds.
Well, the women are set to go, and a look at our female gladiators taking the Powerball floor. Denise Chase leading Ericca Alstead 22-3 coming into this event. Ericca being provided some extra inspiration. See the sign behind her? Go Mom, I love you. That's her little daughter, Jessica Ray.
Little extra inspiration wouldn't hurt when she has to go up against the likes of Diamond, Blaze, and Storm. And this is Storm's first go-around at Powerball. It'll be interesting to see how she communicates with her other 2 gladiators.
Ready! Down!
Ericca gets sat down. Denise gets pushed out of bounds.
Ericca trying to blow by Blaze, can't do it. 30 seconds remaining.
Nice move by Denise. She tries to put it in the corner, but Blaze just with enough of a push to carry her out of bounds. Ericca tries to muscle one in. Blaze says no way.
Our first real look at Storm, we saw her in Atlasphere, but there she was inside a cage. You can see what kind of athletic prowess she has as she wrestles Ericca down. 5 seconds to go. Neither woman has scored.
It's like a shutout.
And a rare one for our women gladiators.
Good communication. Denise opens a 22-3 lead. Here's Storm. How's she going to do in Powerball? Very well, it appears.
Storm, you talked about your versatility, your quickness, your power. You showed all of those and more in Powerball.
Yeah. I was, I was just really amped, and I didn't have to worry about my backup because I had these 2. It was great.
Yeah.
Great job.
Nice job of communication. And we've got a new word, Larry, amped. The Gladiators are amped.
We're gonna have to work on that one.
We are halfway through our competition, and the story so far has been 2 #1 seeds going in opposite directions, Larry.
Well, Tim Goldrick is doing what we expected. He's picked up 26 points.
Randy Jones, on the other hand, trying to shake up the cobwebs after thunder landing on him in Powerball.
Now, what in the world has happened to Ericca Alstead, our blonde bomber? She was the #1 seed, scored more points than anybody in the preliminaries, men or women, and she is on the tail end of a 22-3 deficit.
I'm going to have to give Eric a pep talk. I kind of put my foot in my mouth. I said that she was the best, probably the best athlete we had here. Evidently, Denise was cued in on that. Denise scoring 22 points so far. Erica only scoring 3.
Up for the women, the Joust, and one of the very best is Zap. She joins us now from the Gladiator locker room. Zap, you have the most interesting technique in the Joust of all the Gladiators, the Chris Everett approach, the 2-fisted backhand. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a technique that I have to have because I'm much smaller, if you've noticed this year. I'm only 135 pounds, so it's hard for me to hold on to that stick because I've got real tiny hands, baby hands, they say. And I just need to use all my weight on that. So I put it against my hip and I sort of use my hip and some leverage.
And you pack a punch. It's very effective. Good luck in the Joust.
We'll see, won't we? Thanks.
Okay. And we'll have that event coming up next on the American Gladiator. Stay with us. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena. After 3 events, Randy Jones trails Tim Goldrick 26-11. Randy up now in the Joust. He'll be dueling with Nitro.
Randy trying to shake a few of the cobwebs out from Powerball. Nitro says he'd like to add a few more. If Randy can knock the Gladiator off the platform, he'll pick up 10 points. If he fights to a draw, 5.
Look at Tim Goldrick on the sidelines watching this effort by Randy Jones. Again, the Contender has 30 seconds to see if they can knock that Gladiator off the platform. Randy in trouble, but he keeps recovering. He is a scrapper, Larry.
He is. That's exactly what he's doing. He's scrapping with Nitro. Nitro can't get the bead. He's going to throw himself off the platform pretty soon.
Hit him.
Now Randy on the offensive. Nitro looking for that 1-pound punch, and he got it.
Good job, Nitro.
4 seconds left on the clock.
Almost had the 5 points.
But Randy didn't die easy. Larry, Randy was like a pesky mosquito there. Nitro tried to swat him away several times, and you can hear the crowd say, please, Nitro, don't hurt him.
And Nitro paid attention to that until he got this poke in the chops right here, and then his blood pressure went up about 30 points, and he said, you're going to the ground, son, right here.
I'll tell you what, though, Larry, Randy came here to prove that little men can play against big men, and he certainly proved it, even though he got knocked off by Nitro in the Joust. Well, Tim Goldrick is up now, and Nitro will get his second chance at a Contender. He'd like to go 2-0. Randy Jones catching his breath on the sidelines, probably wanting a second chance.
On guard! Come, Kim. Hit him! Attaboy!
Boy, you can hear those pugil sticks landing up here. Woo!
They're both landing roundhouses on top of each other.
Nitro's got Tim off balance. Great save. Wow. 10 seconds left.
Nitro with a backhand almost cleared him off. Tim doing a good job. Hey,
he did!
Right at the whistle. I think he has the points. Draw. Larry Thompson says a draw. 5 points. Goes to Tim.
Nitro says, phew, I'm glad this one's over with. Tim doing a great job of staying on. He looks like a ballerina up here, regaining his balance. It almost looks like a shot putter, the way he stays in the circle.
Larry, Tim's sense of balance allowed him to go back on the offensive and keep Nitro's offensive shots to a minimum. Nice job. And a nice bag. Our Pro Football Challenge of Champions, 6 former NFL greats going against our American Gladiators.
Yeah, Mike, I'm looking forward to seeing some of my old friends show up and watching them take the hits.
If ever there was a time for Ericca Alstead to make a move, this is it. She trails Denise Chase 22-3. She's up now in the joust. She draws Zap.
Well, she could close that gap by at least half with a 10-point victory here. She did it over Gold in the preliminaries in 10 seconds, but this isn't Gold, this is Zap.
And remember, she told us about that two-fisted backhand of hers where she sets that pugil stick on her hip, then wails away.
On guard!
The blonde bomber going to work on
10 points! She's back in the hunt.
In 5 seconds, Larry. Zap, what happened there, Zap actually hit Ericca in the head, and the force of her blow bounced off of Ericca's helmet and knocked Zap off.
I don't know how she did it, but she got 10 points that she dearly needed.
Matter of fact, I don't think Zap's real clear on what happened. She's down asking Gemini just how exactly did I get off that platform? We talked about it earlier, Zap's unorthodox methods up there. Well, there's a chink in her armor right here. She can't see the blow she's trying to deliver. Because of it, it sets her a little off balance, and Ericca uses that asset to get her off the platform.
Denise Chase up now, and this is her first taste of hand-to-hand combat with a pugil stick in her preliminary round victory over Roseanne Torres. This was not one of the events, so she'll get a chance to display what kind of stick work she has. Her husband Ed looking on, and Zap looking for a little revenge here. Zap going with that backhand, that two-fisted backhand, really rocked Denise. I don't know how she recovered from that because she's back on the attack now. Again.
Here comes one of those roundhouses.
Oh, she's got her going, but...
What an aggressor that Zap is.
8 seconds to go. Zap looking for that one knockout punch.
Oh, close.
She doesn't get it. And Denise Chase earns a draw.
And she dearly paid for it. You know this gal's got a headache. Zap again with that unusual technique. Turned off to the side, comes around with a real haymaker. Lands one right on the jaw of Denise.
Larry, we have seen some terrific shots in this event before, but none as hard as the one Denise is about to take right there. Wow! It nearly knocks her protective headgear off. How she stayed on the platform was amazing. Denise Chase, one tough woman. You know, a lot of these contenders come out here to see the Hollywood stars, among other things. I don't think those were the kind of stars Denise intended to see. She's all right, however. And coming up next, one of our new events here on the American Gladiators, the Maze. Stay with us, everyone. Mike Adamle and Larry Zonka back with more of the American Gladiators. And the men are now set to solve the puzzle we call the Maze, a 40 by 80-foot structure loaded with pitfalls, including 4 gladiators. This time, Gemini, Tower, Laser, and Thunder. Tim Goldrick with a 31-11 lead over Randy. And a chance here for a contender to get 10 points if he successfully goes through the maze in 45 seconds or less.
Randy's going to have to face dead ends, cul-de-sacs, but the toughest thing, the gladiators.
That's going to be the toughest part, is facing the gladiators. You might get to face them 3 times, or you might have to face them 4 or 5 times to keep on going. So that's going to be a nice one there.
Neither one of these fellas have been through the maze before. They're peeking around as they're lining up at the start line. And Gemini raised up and spied one of them. They were talking to each other a little bit there. It's a sudden surprise when you happen onto one of these gladiators.
Numerous avenues for the contenders to choose, but only 2 correct solutions. Randy and Tim are on their way. Who will they find first? Gemini's the man. Randy gets by him.
There's Tower, and he's all over Randy.
Here comes Tim Goldrick. He's run into a cul-de-sac. Randy looking for a way out. No way, there's Thunder bouncing both contenders. But Tim Goldrick, he's gone through it. 39 seconds for Tim Goldrick. Randy also gets through. He picks up 5 points.
Randy having some problems in there. He gets smashed in between a couple of the Gladiators and pays the price right here time-wise.
And because the Gladiators are spending time with Randy, Tim was able to take advantage of that. He gets on top of Laser before Laser ever had a chance. Consequently, once he makes the right decision, he gets through first.
And Randy managed to squirt through, much to the chagrin of Thunder. He doesn't like anyone to score.
After 4 events in the women's battle, Denise Chase leads Ericca Alstead 27-13. This is one of her last chances to pick up some points before that all-important eliminator. Inside this maze, Ice, Zap, Storm, and Diamond. This should be right up Ericca's alley. She's a private investigator, does undercover work at retail stores. She's in charge of theft detection, picking up shoplifters.
She's about to meet up with some Gladiators suddenly.
Again, the Contenders have 45 seconds to get to the other end of the maze. We should note, too, that there are safe zones here where the Gladiators are not allowed to go.
Ericca puzzled at the very beginning. She hasn't got off of home base. She just found Storm, picking up some speed.
Zap has found Denise, but Denise very close to finding the solution to this maze. Zap giving her a hard time, but she squirts on through and picks up 10 more points. Ericca's still puzzled. Hello, Ice. She's got 7 seconds to pick up 5 points if she can do it. Trying to squeeze by Zap. Oh, and time expires, so no points for Ericca Alstead. And that is a huge swing for Denise Chase. She now leads Ericca 37-13. We'll be back with more of the American Gladiators after this. Denise Chase and Ericca Alstead looking 32 feet straight up. The wall is next for them. And this is a crucial event for Ericca. She trails by 24 points, 37-13. This is the first time she's had a crack at the wall.
She's going to be followed up the wall by Zap. And Storm is going to follow Denise up the wall. First contender up, 10 points. The second, 5.
Again, a 60-second time limit, and the Contenders given a 10-second head start.
Ericca did well in the practice rounds on the wall.
Look at her go. She's being followed by Zap. Storm after Denise. Look at Ericca go. She's the 3/4 of the way up. And down goes Denise Chase.
And Zap closing the gap.
30 seconds to go, Larry.
Zap grabbing a hold of Ericca's feet, or grabbing at them.
And Ericca feels the heat to be sure.
Ericca's loosening her grip there. She's gonna have
Zap's
to make
got
a
her.
grab for it.
Well, she kicked her off. Still alive, 16 seconds left.
Oh, she's losing her grip. She almost came off. She's got her hand on it, 6 seconds.
Oh, she's in there. Ericca Alstead with about 2 seconds left on the clock, and Zap not giving up. Makes to the top and picks up 10 points. Wow. The men are set to attack the wall. Randy Jones and Tim Goldrick, and do or die time for Randy. He really needs the points. It's not that he's been that bad. It's been that Tim's been that good. 41-16 the point total at this time. Randy will have Nitro after him. Tim will have Tower in hot pursuit.
And Mike, both these fellas made it up in the preliminary rounds. Tim made it up in 44 seconds ahead of Thunder. And Randy beat Nitro in 42 seconds.
So if Randy's going to have any kind of chance in the Eliminator, he needs to win here. He needs to pick up 10 points. Side by side they go, and here comes Nitro and Tower.
They're neck and neck. Nitro having some problems staying on the wall. And right now, the thick of the competition is between the two contenders.
Both taking that inside line. Timmy Goldrick makes it up there first. Another 10 points. He's been sensational.
Randy right behind him picks up 5.
Woo!
6 events have gone by the boards, and one last test awaits the contenders. It's the Eliminator. Now, here's the situation in our women's competition. Our #1 seed, Ericca Alstead, trails by 14 points. That will give Denise Chase a 7-second head start. But believe me, as a private investigator, Ericca has been in tougher jams, a lot tougher jams, and she's with Larry at the start line. Larry?
Ericca, Mike referred to your situation as a kind of a jam. You know, in the preliminaries, you had a 5.5-second start. Now you're faced with a 7-second handicap. How do you feel about that jam?
Well, anything can happen. In this case, I almost hope it does.
Well, good luck, and we'll be watching, gal.
And a look at Blazing Storm beneath the hand bike, ready to enforce a 10-second penalty should any contender fall off of that apparatus. Zap and ice on the tower above the final straightaway. Denise Chase, she is mighty good in this event. As a matter of fact, Larry, Denise Chase had the fastest time in the Eliminator of all the women in the prelims, 1 minute, 11 seconds. Ericca's time was 1:21.
Mike, what a turnaround in this young lady. Starting as a honeymooner in the preliminary, now an old married gal. Marriage must agree with her.
Look at her go up that treadmill. The winner will move on to the semifinals and face the wild card entry, Christy Kropp. Here comes Ericca. Can she make up the difference? Her 3-year-old daughter, Jessica Ray, looking on, and look at the chance and gamble that Denise took. It paid off. She's on the cargo net. Here comes Ericca. She's mistake-free. She's on the cargo net.
Denise ready to launch herself on that zip line.
Nice one-point landing. 2 final walls to overcome. And this has tripped up a lot of contenders, but Denise makes it in good form. It does not look like Ericca can overcome Denise's lead. Down the final corridor she comes, Larry. And it's Denise Chase breaking the finish line tape and going on to the semifinals where she'll face Christy Kropp.
Great job, gal. You're happy to be here, aren't you?
I'm very happy. Couldn't ask for a better honeymoon. Keeps going on and on.
Extended honeymoon. You're on your honeymoon in the preliminaries. You made it, but barely. Now, after being a veteran married person for a little while, you just became a virtual point explosion.
Yeah, I knew I had to get points because she did really well in the preliminary rounds with points. I knew I had to keep my points up. I'm happy.
I know you're happy, and so's Ed. He's been worried all day.
I know he has.
Congratulations and welcome to the semifinals,
Thanks,
gal.
great. Woo.
Mike.
And Larry, in those semifinals, as we look at Ericca Alstead and her daughter Jessica, Denise Chase will face Christy Kropp, the wild card entrant.
I'll push you out. Don't mind me.
Well, the men's competition is up next, and the scrapper Randy Jones has had a good run, just not good enough, because Tim Goldrick has been superb, scoring in every single event, giving him a 51-21 lead. As a result, he'll get a 15-second head start in the Eliminator. Now, one man who will be rooting for Tim and rooting hard is Kaz Worthington. Tim wins, and Kaz gets the wild card berth in the semifinals. Larry's with Kaz right now, the Battle Cat.
Kaz, you're the Battle Cat, and you definitely are one person that's never been a cheerleader, but you find yourself in kind of an unusual circumstance here.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't wish any bad luck for anybody, but the competition is fierce, and if God blesses me with another chance to get here, then the Battle Cat will take advantage of my extra lives.
We'll watch. Mike?
Tim would certainly like to help the Battle Cat's cause. Now, underneath the hand bike, ready to impose a 7-second penalty should the contenders fall, Nitro and Gemini. On the tower above the final straightaway with those giant medicine balls, Tower and Thunder. Randy Jones could have a say in this affair. Larry, an interesting situation. If Randy Jones somehow makes up that big deficit, he actually would face, guess who? Tim Goldrick again in the semifinals, because then Tim would become the wild card entrant.
Toes to the line. Toes
I'm glad
to the
you've got the
line.
computer, Mike.
You go on the first whistle. You will go on the second whistle. Ready?
An insurmountable lead, maybe, not impossible. Here goes Tim Goldrick. He'll have to make a major mistake, however. Randy Jones still waiting at the start line. 15 seconds, an eternity. Tim Goldrick goes down. That may be the break Randy needs. Let's see. He'll have to really motor on that hand bike, though. Tim has hoisted himself up. Now he's on the cargo net. Randy will have to haul. Here he comes. He could make this interesting, Larry. But he's getting hung up on the cargo net.
Tim already on the zip line. He's away.
Timmy composing himself over the first wall. Randy getting mighty close. Now Tim over the second wall.
Now he's got a big ball to contend with.
He gets by it, and he has survived.
And he's in there.
Tim Goldrick on to the semifinals.
Battlecat's back.
And he's going to face Kaz Worthington. Larry?
What a day you've had.
Oh, man. This is a great day.
Tell you something, 2 years you've tried out, become an alternate. This year you finally, through an injury, you come into the thing, and from there the dust hasn't settled.
All I needed to do was get in, and I thought I could do a good job. I love this game. It's hard, it's a lot of fun, and these guys are great. I needed a shot.
Well, you had a great competition, and welcome to the semifinals, my friend.
Yeah!
All right, Mike.
Yeah, and did you see that last stretch by Randy Jones? They don't call him the scrapper for nothing. Sprained his ankle a bit coming down on the zip line, and yet he continued all the way to the finish line. Coming up next week, our semifinal round begins. We'll have all of that action and more. But for now, and for Larry Zonka, I'm Mike Adamley saying so long for the American Gladiators.